Hey guys, it is Coach AP coming at you through the video scope. What is going on? We're in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada, and today we are going to be talking about an under 18 midget AAA review on the guys' side. We're going to be talking about the matchups and what transpired at rinks here across the Avalon and on the island. We're also going to talk a little bit about AAA hockey at the under 15 guys level. The Hitmen-Thunder and the St. John's Hitmen had an exhibition game this morning, which was a great game. As far as I'm concerned, we're going to talk about some players from that game. And we're also going to touch a little bit on a place that is so far north. I'm pretty sure Santa Claus lives down the street from some of these people, but it is slowly but surely becoming a little hockey hotspot, and that is Tromso, Norway. So adjust your volumes, and in the words of Marvin Gaye, let's get it home. This video is brought to you by our friends at Supplement King. 2 locations in St. John's to serve you better. We've got one on Torbay Road and one in Galway, right across the street from Costco. So pop in, ask for Joey. Special thanks to Supplement King for providing us with some little prizes, some BioSteel ready-to-drink packets for some races at the end of our practices. It does not go unnoticed. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Now, let's move right into the Hitmen game. We're going to start off with the Hitmen game because I just fresh in my mind, just watched it out in the CBS Stadium. I decided, even though gas is $1.80 a liter here, I decided to make the trek out, and it was worth it. Took a look at some 07, some 08 players, and on the Hitmen side, there's a couple of guys that really stood out. The line of Noah Boland, Micah Tucker, and Ben O'Brien were buzzing, especially in the second period. I thought they created a lot of offense, and Ben O'Brien is a name that scouts need to stash away. This is a big body, a big right-handed winger who can drop his shoulder and get to the net. He is not an aesthetically pleasing skater or player by any means, but protects the puck well. He is a tank in the lower half, like guys just kind of bounce off him. He's very crafty in small space, and he goes to the net. He scored a beautiful goal in this game, just coming down the wing, straight line speed, dropped his shoulder, and nice finish, nice patience. Like, to me, I think he's a very underrated player. Didn't crack the under 15 HPP lineup this past season, but this is a guy that you really need to watch and pay attention to because I think he's going to be a player. He's also like 6'1", 6'2", which is common, par for the course for this 07 age group that is a bunch of giants. On the Tricom side, I guess not really a whole lot of guys really jumped out at me, but one person that did stand out is the fact that they have a female on their team, and that is Leah Wicks. And Leah Wicks, the first female player to play under 15 AAA male hockey since Abby Newhook, who just had a very good season as a rookie in Hockey East with Boston College. And I think Wicks could follow on her trajectory. She, Shattuck St. Mary's, Northwood, some of these higher-end hockey programs down on the female side in the United States need to take a look at Leah Wicks. Need any clips, feel free to drop us a line, fire something in the comments below, and we will send you some because we have them. She can flat out play. Technically, one of the smoothest skaters that I have seen, and she can just flat out do it. So it was also nice to see Michael Pilgrim back in the lineup for Tricom. I know he's been banged up a little bit, he's missed some time, but it's nice to see him back there playing. Also, shout out, impressive game by Danny Kearley, worked his butt off. That line of Kearley, Wright, and Spurl, also pretty good little line for the Hitmen. A bunch of 07s that will be going to midget next year, and Danny Kearley would be a guy that I would like to have in my lineup if I was coaching at the under 18 level or any program that's under 18. That's a guy, he just plays hard as a middle six winger, very reliable player. Shout out to you, Danny. Good game, buddy. All right, so let's move into the under 18 hockey this weekend. The first weekend back, so this is the regular season. We're wrapping this up now. And the Blizzard locked horns with the Tri-Pen Osprey. They had a 3-game set out in Tri-Pen out at the Danny Cleary Community Center. And Western and Central played in a 3-game set, which was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if they're playing today, but they locked horns on Thursday at the Cathedral of Senior Hockey, the Joe Burr Memorial Stadium in Grand Falls, Windsor. It was super nice to see that stadium open because for a while it was like a gymnasium or something. They were using it for like gymnastics. It's nice to see that that barn is open. That rink needs to be open. It is like Fenway Park. When you walk in, it has that, that kind of onion ringy smell to it. And it's just got a lot of hockey history in that building. Played my last ever competitive hockey game in that stadium. So that's obviously a dearest stadium to me, to my heart. So let's get into the Blizzard series. Blizzard opened up with a 6-5 win and then dropped the next one in Trypan, and then lost the rubber match in overtime. So both teams splitting 3 points apiece. One guy that I kind of like to talk a little bit about, he doesn't get a whole lot of love for whatever reason, talking to a few Maritime Junior A League teams, is Kyle McGuire. And I think that this is a guy that he's going to be a solid player in the Maritime League for multiple years. I think he has a bright future. He's smart. He's not very big, but he's tough. He'll take a bump to make a play. He can activate into the rush. He's got quick feet. He walks the line pretty well. And he's not the best skater in the building, but he's a serviceable skater with nimble feet. And I really like his game. Great kid, comes to work every day, he wants to get better, wants to learn and improve, and very, very coachable. So this is a guy that, if you're a rebuilding team in the Maritime League next year, maybe you're a Summerside Western Capitals, so Justin Harrison, Bill McGuigan, adjust your volumes on this one. If you're a team like maybe Campbellton, who's had a lot of success with Newfoundland players in recent years, namely Cruz Lachlan, Tristan Gray, Kyle Pettin, the list goes on. Or you're a Miramichi Timberwolves. Shout out to Rob McDonald. This is a guy you should probably watch because you're getting 25 minutes out of Travis Babcock. Travis Babcock would tell you that Kyle McGuire could probably play with him where they're lefty-righty. And I think McGuire deserves to be in a Maritime League lineup next season in September. Had a couple points this past weekend, but I'm not a big points guy. I just think he's a good player. The points just kind of reiterate the fact that he can contribute offensively in the lineup. On the Trypan side, I didn't see a whole lot of the game sheets from Trypan. I didn't see a lot of it. Wasn't there live, just more or less following along on the Twitter. But I will give Trypan a big shout out on both, actually all the teams in the league now for putting more information on their social media channels. I know the Blizzard have hired somebody to come in and actually do their Twitter throughout the games and do their Twitter throughout the week. So I'm seeing player profile updates. Trypan, you're seeing lineups like in graphics now. So it's much more 2022. These teams are living in the real world nowadays, so to speak. This is what the kids like to see. And I'm super, super happy that they're promoting their players in their organization. Also, Adam Curry, shout out to you. Wrote an article for the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League website, and it is on their website. I will put the link to this article down in the description. Also throwing him a bone, saying he could potentially be the next Riley Mercer in the Osprey crease. Shout out to Riley, having a lot of success in Drummondville since they traded Frankie LaPena to the Charlottetown Islanders. And Mercer's, it seems like he's been in the Quebec League for a decade, but he's still midget AAA eligible. He's still an under 18 eligible kid. I think his future, his ceiling is potentially just as high as Dawson's. And his sister's ceiling is probably just as high as Riley's. What a family. Genetics are incredible there. A shout out to Craig Mercer and family there jeez. I tell you what, that is some impressive hockey bloodlines right there. All right, let's move into Western and Central. And if I can find on Instat Liam Dutcher, Thursday night, the guy goes out and has 4 genomes. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, they had 4 goals. That's mighty fine, Liam. I've been promoting this kid, and the Scouting News has been promoting this kid for the past year. I'm almost tired of talking about this guy. If I can get some clips, I will fire them up while I'm talking so you'll be able to watch them. But this kid can score. This kid can play. This kid can make plays. He's a good skater. He's undersized, but he bumps a little bit. He plays good defense. He's a reliable player in all zones. Some junior A team, please sign this guy. Don't bring him to rookie camp. Just sign him. Watch tape and just realize that he can play. And take my word for it, this guy can play, and bring him to your organization. According to Mark Robinson, he is a tremendous young man. So it's not like you're getting a cancer. Just call him. Get this kid on the phone and call him, and call Spencer Keynes, who had another 2 the other night, by the way, on the power play. He is a pure goal scorer, which are not easy to find in today's world. He's like 6'1" or 6'2". So those Dutcher and Keynes, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to throw them on here before somebody starts to ring those guys. Get into the phone booth, Clark Kent, Superman, call them, ring them, call it collect, get a hold of those 2 guys. On the Central side, young team. They're a young team. They've got a lot of 06s, so a lot of Quebec Major Junior Hockey League draft eligible guys. Ryan Small had a pair on Saturday night. He's starting to round in form. He had a good Monctonian as well. I think he could have probably snuck into the prospects game. Leo Adams had a pair the other night. You had Carter Lambert had one the other night. So this is a team that's getting production from those first-year guys, and I think a lot of those guys are going to have a career arc, potentially of junior A, maybe sneak into a major junior draft as well. I just think that those guys are going to have some pretty good futures ahead of them if they continue to work on and round out their overall game, get a little bit bigger, get a little bit faster in some guys' cases. But they all bring something different. I mean, you look at Leo Adams, can play 2 positions, plays forward and D, very smart winger, had a real nice point in the prospects game, nice assist in the Quebec League prospects game at the Monctonian. You've got Small, who's a little undersized, but he's quick, he's feisty, sees the ice pretty well, and contributes offensively just about every other night in this league. And then Lambert is kind of a different player. He's great. He protects the puck really well. He's starting to get faster. He's a pretty big body with a long stride, so it doesn't look like he's got great feet, but he's actually a better skater than I think people give him credit for. But he is a guy, to me, that probably after next year, I think maybe another year of seasoning, I think he's a junior A candidate. He could potentially sneak into a major junior lineup in the future with development. His dad was a good player. Shout out to you, Guy Lambert, man. You are a legend. It's always good talking hockey with you. And Jocelyn, you guys are like super hardcore, 900 kilometers in a weekend, sometimes driving in and out of St. John's. You guys sacrifice a lot for your kids, and for that, I respect you. All right, so last but not least, let's talk a little bit about this new hockey. It's almost a little hockey hotspot in northern Norway. The town is called Tromso. Now, I know some of you are like, Tromso, like cover the mic, like there's other cities besides Oslo and Bergen in Norway. Yeah, there is. This place is about 70,000 people in population. It is like pretty well touching the North Pole. I think it's the Northern Lights capital of the world. I'm going to have to check with my dog. She is my statistician. So this is a place right now that a guy from here, from Newfoundland, Nate Morey, shout out to Nate Dog, is developing some players over there in Norway. He's putting in a lot of work. Nate was a hardworking guy when he played, and I think he's carrying that work ethic over to the Tromso minor hockey programs and developing some players and doing some skill work with these guys. And you can see the skill that Nate is developing over there and some of the talent. I think North American Junior A programs, North American programs have to take a look at some of these kids. He's got some high-level 03s and 04s. So let's just take a look at this kid. His name is Erland Tronson. Now, if I didn't say that right, I'm going to say it again. Erland Tronson. This kid's a 2004 tremendous skater. Just take a look at this clip. Just watch him come up the ice with confidence, poise, crossing his feet over, head up, shifty move with the blue line, and comes in with a tuck. Like, this kid's a 2004 North American Junior A programs, BCHL, AJ, and to anybody, take a look at this guy. I mean, what's the worst thing you do? He comes over and he doesn't make your team. the best thing you do, you get a player that comes over and contributes to your lineup and nobody else knows about him. So have a listen, take a look through the video scope. All right, so if you want more information on Erland or any players that Nate is working with up in Tromso, feel free to drop me a line, ap@vhghockey.ca. That's ap@vhghockey.ca, and I will put you in touch with Nate, and you guys can have a little conversation, a little powwow. But until then, I am done. I am out. It's time for lunch. Time for me to go write a 20-page paper on economics in the U.S. Yeah, that sounds really exciting. It isn't. So yeah, sorry if my professor's watching this video. Sorry, I know I'm not really big on that, on economics. So anyway, until next time,